Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Harry Keeling, and on behalf of Alaska Public Media and the Alaskan Aviation Safety Foundation, welcome to Hangar Flying. We're fortunate this evening because we have Dr. Bill Rhodes back with us. Bill has been on the previous two programs talking about some of the work he's done with professional pilot ethics. And I got to tell you, he's got my attention. Some of the things, the studies that he's coming out with can definitely make us safer pilots if we just listen. Dr. Rhodes, welcome back.
Delighted to be here, Harry. Thanks.
You know, some of the phrases that I've heard you say really stick with me. And one of them is, on the ground and okay. Is that our mantra?
It ought to be. One of the characteristics of a profession is that it has a standard of care or a set, if you will, a very basic code of what to avoid doing. In medicine, it's first do no harm. In aviation, we don't really have such a formal code that's taught. So my co-investigator, Deanna Neal, and I sat down to address that question. What is it that's the absolute standard of that you have to achieve in order to call a flight good? Well, we think it's having everybody on the ground and okay. And notice, we're on the ground and okay before we get in an airplane. So part of being a good aviator might be making the decision and sticking to the decision to stay on the ground when the conditions of the flight might threaten our all being okay.
Bill, I want to leave it, wrap this up. We've got about 4 minutes left, but I want to just make an open-ended question. What would you like to share with our audience? What else?
I'd like to see if we can't raise awareness as a community of professionals who are willing honestly to confront this problem of pilots we worry about and not leave that unaddressed. If there's something going on in a flying community where someone is talked about behind their back, for example, I think it might be better to talk to that person to their face about the concerns. Professionals do this, and it doesn't have to be a confrontation or an accusation or anything. Rather, it's an act of professional concern to say, hey, here's something that I saw that I have some worries about. I have been flying since 1974, and I actually have a hard time getting good mentorship myself, but I never had a hard time getting that in the military. I'd like to see the practices that the military and other professions enjoy to help folks develop. I'd like to see that spread into aviation in a very deliberate way. We have a hard time sometimes being honest with each other. And I would also suggest that we ask for help. I've made that a practice now that if somebody sees something in my conduct as a pilot, I ask them to point it out to me. I want to give them permission, and I ask people to challenge me in simulators to see if they can create conditions under which my own weaknesses will be exposed to me. And I have a bad simulator outcome when that happens sometimes, and I learn a great deal, just like our participants did in the study.
You know, Bill, I hate to share a story with you, take up time, but I think about my years in the Air Force, and I flew 10 years in the A-10. And what I always remember is when we came in from a 4-ship flight, the saying was, leave your ego with your parachute and walk in. And we would walk into a debriefing, and it doesn't matter what rank you were, it doesn't matter if you're a colonel or a captain. We were honest, and we tried to benefit from the honest feedback that we provided each other. And I think that's exactly what you're asking for.
That's a big part of it. Honest accounting with a developmental edge. I'm not interested so much in weeding as I am in developing.
Minute left. What's your final thoughts?
Well, I'd like to say thanks to you and everybody who's been hosting us up in Alaska. This is, I think, my 4th trip here. I think Alaskan aviation has a great deal to teach the rest of the community. I think there's an awful lot of professionalism in this community, but it isn't widely shared in any formal way. And if there's a way we can work to make that happen, I'd be very interested in seeing if we can't share some of the wisdom that I've observed in Alaskan aviation.
Well, thank you for that. Thank you for coming up. It's, your presence up here, your presentations were invaluable. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Harry.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed tonight's program. A couple of thoughts. You know, we had the seminar here in Anchorage, and one of our goals in the Safety Foundation is to figure out a way to be able to broadcast it, present it statewide. We're still working on that. We may have an opportunity with using YouTube. And remember that these programs, Hangar Flying, are posted on our website, which is www.aasfonline.org. You can go there and watch these programs at your leisure, and you can also renew your membership for 2015 in the Foundation. Doing that, renewing your membership, becoming a member, or continuing as a member helps us bring programs like this to you. So ladies and gentlemen, until next time, fly safe.